The views expressed are solely those of the speaker and not necessarily those of Paltalk.com, AVM software, or its advertisers.
News Talk is online. News Talk Online is a production of Paltalk.com, the largest multimedia interactive program on the internet with more than 4 million unique users on demand on iTunes and on YouTube. And on my blog, GaryBaumgarten.com, where you are actually encouraged to post your comments, whether you agree with me or not. And thanks to our friends at CRN Digital Talk Radio, we are syndicated into 12 million additional households. I am your host, Gary Baumgarten. We're waiting to hear from Heather Cabot. She is the web life editor for Yahoo. And we thought it would be interesting to hear what she has to say about some programs that are in effect to protect you as you surf the web. Apparently, when you click on certain links on the web, you get malware and spyware and all kinds of horrible things happen. And there are ways to protect yourself and your computer from that. She is on the line waiting to talk to us. Just before we go to Heather, I just want to say that if you look at my blog, GaryBaumgarten.com, you'll see that one of the stories today is about the government, the illegal government running Burma, the military junta, refusing international aid except from the United Nations, including from the United States of America. And there are like 22,000 people dead. They say the death toll from the cyclone could reach 100,000. We're going on to nearly a week since the cyclone hit, and they are refusing aid. The United States government is thinking about doing airdrops or even coming into the country without the permission of the government. I say, you know, I wasn't so much for the invasion of Iraq, but this invasion I'm all for. Anyway, feel free to comment on my comments on the blog about that. I find it disgusting. Let's talk about something that affects every single person who's participating in this show. You know, an online security and web search survey has found that nearly half of those polled have been victims of some kind of internet security breach. So that means probably 50% of the people participating in this program today have been a victim of some kind of an internet security breach. You know, if somebody comes to your door unexpectedly, you're going to look out the window, you're going to look through the peephole before you open the door and let them in to make sure it's somebody that you want into your house. But there's no way to tell when you click on a website whether it's safe to visit. Well, joining us today to discuss ways to protect yourself from online predators is Heather Cabot. She is the web life editor at Yahoo. Yahoo has actually partnered with McAfee to develop what they call Yahoo Search Scan, which they say protects you from clicking on a link that's going to install a malware on your computer. So I'm so glad, Heather Cabot, you're able to join us because you're talking right to the people who you need to, the consumers of the internet, our audience. And when I heard that you had developed this at Yahoo, I said, you know what, let's get somebody from Yahoo on the program to talk about exactly what this is all about and what we can do to protect ourselves. You know, here at Paltalk, I don't know how familiar you are with us, but we have gone to great lengths to ensure that people have protection while they're on our program. One of the things we have done is we have eliminated peer-to-peer contact, which means that while I'm talking to you on an instant message, it's going through Paltalk servers so that I cannot implant via Paltalk spyware, Trojans, malware onto your computer. And yet, people say, hey, Heather, check out this link. And they post a link on Paltalk. You click on that link, and boom, now I have circumvented everything that Paltalk has done. Bam. What can I do to protect myself from that?
Well, I mean, you know, the problem is that a lot of these con artists and hackers out there, they really are so savvy. And that is one of the reasons why I find the defense we're trying to put in place for people is when they're just doing generic searches. And as you know, a lot of times when you do a search, you get back all kinds of results, and it is kind of overwhelming. You don't know where the links are from, and you'll click on something just to see what it is, and suddenly, you may have clicked on something where you drive-by download. All of a sudden you have spyware on your computer, or you have a virus. And so what we've done with SearchScan is we've actually taken some of the guesswork out of that, so that when you do a search, you will actually get a red warning in your search result list that says, for example, I don't know if you have a computer in front of you, but if you search free screensavers, for example, on Yahoo right now, and you do that search, you'll get 2 different warnings, one for a site that says dangerous downloads and one for a site that says dangerous downloads and unsolicited emails. So right off the bat, you are armed with information to proceed with caution if you're going to click on that link. And I think that is really important. It's all about, it is hard to circumvent some of these scams because they really look legitimate. And so what we're trying to do is hopefully give people a little bit of peace of mind when they're searching, that they know where they're going before they click on a link.
This only works when you're searching. It doesn't work if I send you a link and say, hey, Heather, click on it.
No, and so in that way, this is only for search. This is just for search. And Yahoo is the first search engine to partner with a company like McAfee to even do this. None of the other search engines out there have any kind of a filter that can give you these types of warnings. But you're right. If somebody sends you a link in an email, I would be very careful. If you don't know the person that you're getting that email from, be very careful. And I always say, we just did a big anti-spam campaign a few weeks ago because it was the anniversary of the first spam email that was ever sent out. And what we were talking about is the idea that if you don't normally do business, for example, with your bank via email, or you don't usually communicate with the county court by email, and you just get this email out of the blue that's asking for you to click on something because you have jury duty or something or whatever. Be really mindful and think about, have I ever had any dealings with this institution or agency online before? If it's an unsolicited email, I would say chances are I would delete it, or I would call your bank directly, or call that government agency directly, or open up a separate browser window and look for the official site. Don't click on. If you have any question, don't click on it. And the other thing, of course, you can do to guard yourself against spam like that is if you have Yahoo, for example, instead of just deleting it, click on the spam guard.